Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a full recap of Dragon Ball Episode 11, which is called The Dragon Finally Appears. This episode is a huge climax. We finally get to see the summoning of Shenron. So this is a really exciting one, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. But before we get started, if you guys could just please make sure to leave a like rating on the video, that would be greatly appreciated. The episode starts off exactly where the last one left off, with Goku and his friends, Bulma, Oolong, Yamcha, and Puar, trapped inside of Pilaf's crushing room. But luckily, Goku, being the powerhouse that he is able to hold back the walls just enough to where Bulma can take out her capsule and escape. They look back, and they see that the door is already sealed shut, and there is no way to open it from the other side. Once they are outside, they regroup and they find a spot to hide while they figure out their next move. She says, "Hey, you two were carrying around a fake Dragon Ball this whole time. Where's the real one?" Pilaf was the one who had the real Dragon Ball. He probably took it from that old turtle hermit. Mai adds on by saying, "We didn't know you guys would come after us, so we thought we'd get away with it. If we could just get our hands on a Dragon Ball, then we could wish for unlimited money or anything we wanted." She then takes out a scouter and locates where Pilaf's energy signature is coming from. As they get closer, they hear Pilaf talking. He is on the phone with someone, and he says, "Yes, my men have found all 7 Dragon Balls. Once I place the Dragon Balls on the pedestal, Shenron will appear." Bulma whispers to the group and says, "So that's how he got all 7. I guess we wasted all that time finding those things. But where would he keep them?" They continue listening in. "Only I know the secret of summoning the dragon. Ha ha ha." That's when they decide to strike. They attack his soldiers from behind, and they manage to take them out without much effort. Goku runs ahead and barges into the throne room. There is a display case in the center of the room with the Dragon Balls inside. Goku goes to reach for them, but before he can touch them, Pilaf appears. He says, "You want those Dragon Balls? Too bad you're too late." Goku gets back up and he says, "What are you talking about? Who's gonna stop me?" Pilaf places the Dragon Balls on the pedestal. The sky darkens, the earth shakes, and a massive ethereal dragon appears. This is Shenron, the Eternal Dragon. He hovers above them and he says, "I am Shenron, the Eternal Dragon. You summoned me. What is your wish?" Pilaf says, "What did you say? You idiot! These Dragon Balls are mine. You don't get to make a wish." Goku says, "Oh, all right. Well, if you don't want it, then I guess I'll just leave it to the strongest guy here." Just as he is about to leave, Oolong pops up and says, "Actually, I have a wish." "Since when?" Oolong responds by saying, "Sorry, but I have to do this. My heart beats only for you, Bulma." Then he turns to Shenron and he says, "My wish is to have a pair of Bulma's panties." Everyone is stunned in silence. Shenron says, "A wish is a wish. Even if it seems foolish to me, I will fulfill it nonetheless." With that being said, he creates a pair of panties out of thin air and hands them over to Oolong. Oolong puts the panties on his head like a cape and says, "Thank you, Shenron." Then Shenron says, "With that, I have fulfilled my duty. I must disappear now until the day I am called upon again." And with that, he disappears. The Dragon Balls scatter across the globe once more, and everyone is left unchanged. Pilaf is furious. He says, "You tricked me, you dirty lowlife. Prepare to be erased from existence." Pilaf gathers all his strength and fires off a Kamehameha. Goku puts his hands together and he fires off a Kamehameha of his own. Both attacks collide, causing a massive explosion. When the dust clears, Goku and the gang are gone. Pilaf and his men fly over to the lookout. Pilaf opens up the door and he says, "Got you." But there is no one there. Pilaf becomes furious. He says, "It's all because of that dirty pig. I won't forgive him." Just then, Goku reappears. He says, "You're not going anywhere." Goku delivers a powerful kick to Pilaf's face. He is sent flying all the way back to his ship. Goku chases after him. He grabs onto the ship and he begins to fly with them. He says, "Don't think you can get away that easily." Pilaf slams on the brakes, causing Goku to lose his balance and fall off. While this is happening, Bulma tells Yamcha and Puar that she has an idea, but she needs some time to work on it. She says, "Can you guys distract them long enough for me to finish this?" Yamcha asks, "What do you need us to do?" Bulma says, "Well, if I can just get this working, then I'm sure we'll be able to defeat him." Yamcha says, "All right, I guess we can do that." Bulma gives them a capsule and she says, "Here, use this if things don't go your way." Yamcha and Puar split up. Yamcha heads off to the left and Puar heads off to the right. Pilaf sees them coming and he says, "You guys are dead." Puar transforms into a giant pair of scissors. Yamcha uses his wolf fang fist to attack. Pilaf dodges the attack and he blasts Yamcha with his Kamehameha. Yamcha pulls out the capsule Bulma gave him. It was a set of goggles. He puts them on and they turn red. He says, "Thanks, Bulma." Puar continues attacking with the scissors, but Pilaf keeps blocking them. He says, "Get lost, you dirty animal." Just as Pilaf is about to make the finishing blow, Goku appears out of nowhere. He grabs onto Pilaf and he throws him down to the ground. He says, "No one messes with my friends and gets away with it." Pilaf screams in fear and he begs for mercy. Goku picks him up and he tosses him back into his ship. He says, "Your reign of terror is over." Pilaf slams on the controls, causing the ship to rise into the air. He says, "This isn't over yet, Goku." And with that, he flies away. Goku lands back down on the ground. He turns to Bulma and he asks, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" Bulma says, "No thanks. I think I'm good." She then turns to everyone else and says, "Let's go. We have to catch up to them." They all nod their heads in agreement and they head off in the direction of Pilaf's ship. Meanwhile, inside the ship, Pilaf is panicking. He says, "We have to get out of here. That monkey is too strong." Just then, Goku's energy signature disappears. He says, "Huh? Where did he go?" Suddenly, the ship starts to shake violently. One of the panels on the wall gives way and Goku's tail comes crashing through. Goku breaks through the wall and he stands inside of the ship. He says, "There you are." Pilaf is terrified. He says, "Great. Now it's even more hopeless." Goku looks up at the window and he sees the full moon. He starts to transform into a great ape, a huge, furry monster with a long tail and sharp teeth. Goku roars. The ship trembles. Pilaf, Mai, and Shu run away for their lives. Goku smashes through the wall and he begins to destroy the entire castle. Back outside, Bulma and the others watch in amazement as Goku destroys everything. Bulma says, "Wow, he's so amazing." Then Puar turns to Yamcha and says, "We have to do something. Look at all that destruction." Yamcha says, "Yeah, you're right, but what can we do?" Puar thinks for a moment. Then he says, "Well, if we want to stop Goku, then we'll have to cut off his tail." Yamcha says, "How are we supposed to do that?" Puar says, "I think I have an idea, but I'll need you to help me." Yamcha says, "Okay, what do you need?" Puar says, "Just hand me your scissors." Yamcha hesitates for a moment, but he hands them over anyway. Puar transforms into a giant pair of scissors, and he says, "Get ready, Yamcha." Yamcha nods his head, and they charge towards Goku, to be continued. And that's going to do it for today's Dragon Ball Episode 11 full recap. Next episode, we are going to see Goku go through his great ape transformation, and we're going to see him revert back to his base form. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like rating, comment below to let me know what you think. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Hey everyone, it's me from my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a full recap of Dragon Ball Episode 12, which is titled The Wish-Granting Dragon. Let's get right into it. But first, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it would really help me out. And feel free to leave feedback and comments down below. Also, be sure to check out the merch store. Okay, let's get back to the recap. For those of you who haven't watched the original Dragon Ball anime in a while or ever, this episode acts as the denouement to the Pilaf saga. It wraps up some loose ends, resolves the immediate fallout of Goku's Great Ape transformation, and sets up the next major phase of Goku's journey. Now, this episode is also sometimes called A Wish to the Eternal Dragon, which is a much more accurate translation of the Japanese, so I'll be referencing it as such. So we open on a shot of the destroyed Pilaf's castle. The Great Ape is gone. Goku is nowhere to be seen. The episode opens with Bulma, Oolong, Yamcha, and Puar standing among the rubble surveying the damage done by Goku's loss of control. Oolong asks where Goku is, and Bulma tells the group that she has no idea. She says that when he transformed back into a human, he just disappeared. As they are talking, we pan over to a small section of the castle wall that is still intact. Behind this bit of rubble, we see Pilaf, Mai, and Shu, who are trying to hide. Pilaf is whimpering and cowering, but Mai yells at him to snap it together. Shu suggests they should run away, but Pilaf tells them that he will never forgive Goku and that he will get revenge one day. As they walk away, we get a close-up of the Dragon Ball that's inside Pilaf's pocket. He clenches it tightly as he walks. Back with our heroes, Bulma is looking through the Dragon Ball radar. The Dragon Balls are all over the place. Bulma points out that one of the Dragon Balls is near West City. Yamcha volunteers to go get it, but Bulma tells him that she wants to get it herself. She thanks Yamcha for all of his help during their adventure, saying that she couldn't have done it without him. She tells him that she'll wait until he comes back from getting the next Dragon Ball before they regroup. The two share a kiss, and Yamcha heads out. Puar cries out for Yamcha and jumps into his car. Bulma turns to Oolong and says that the two of them will go get the rest of the Dragon Balls. Now, while Bulma is talking to Oolong, we pan away to show Goku sleeping naked on top of a nearby mountain. He slowly begins to wake up and notices that his tail is gone. He sits up and calls out for Bulma. He asks her what happened to his tail, and she explains that he went crazy and turned into a huge monkey. Goku is very sad about losing his tail, saying that it was a part of him. Bulma tries to cheer him up, saying that he can still become strong even without it. She explains that she and Yamcha are going to go look for the Dragon Balls, but that she would like for him to come along. Goku replies that he doesn't want to cause trouble again and decides to stay behind. Bulma and Oolong say their goodbyes and take off in their flying car. As they fly away, Goku looks down at his feet. He says to himself that he must become stronger and that he will keep searching for someone who can train him. Now, as Bulma and Oolong are soaring through the sky, we shift to a wide shot showing the distance between them and Goku. This scene emphasizes that despite being friends, they are now going their separate ways for a while. Goku looks up at the sky, watching them leave. Now, after a brief moment, Goku begins to walk down the mountain. He is still alone. As he continues on his journey, we begin to see flashes of his past adventures. He sees a flashback of him and his adoptive grandfather Gohan fighting together. He then sees a flashback of him sparring with King Kai. Finally, he sees a flashback of him turning into the Great Ape. After seeing these flashbacks, Goku smiles. He remembers how much fun he had on his adventures. He takes out the senzu beans that Korin gave him and eats one. He says to himself that he is ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. We then cut to a wide shot of the landscape as Goku continues to walk. He uses his power pole to catch fish and birds to eat. At one point, he helps a young woman who was being attacked by a giant snake. A small group of thugs then approach Goku and try to steal his food. One of the thugs makes a comment about Goku looking like he might be a tough fighter. Goku replies that he is not interested in fighting. When the thug reaches out to grab Goku, he quickly pulls away and accidentally knocks the thug out. One of the other thugs charges at Goku, but he simply sidesteps him and trips over a rock. Goku, being gentle, does not finish them off. Instead, he leaves them lying on the ground and continues on his journey. Now, Goku is walking along a path when we suddenly cut to a shot of Pilaf's dragon radar. Pilaf is holding the Dragon Balls inside of his coat and he's walking through a forest. He comes across a river and looks at his reflection in the water. While he's looking in the water, we notice that the Dragon Balls are actually glowing faintly. Pilaf doesn't seem to notice, though. He continues to plot how he is going to get revenge on Goku and Bulma. He says that the only thing standing between him and the Dragon Balls now is Bulma, who is currently with Yamcha. Pilaf tells Mai and Shu that they are going to steal the Dragon Ball radar from Bulma. Mai and Shu look worried, but they agree to do whatever Pilaf says. Bulma and Yamcha are driving along in their car when they come across a fork in the road. Bulma asks Yamcha which path they should take. Just then, the Dragon Balls start to glow. Yamcha and Bulma look over at each other and smile. They know exactly what this means. The Dragon Balls have been found. Before they can do anything, though, Pilaf, Mai, and Shu jump out from behind some trees and block their path. Bulma gasps in surprise when she sees that they have the Dragon Balls. Pilaf tells Bulma that if she wants the Dragon Balls, then she will have to take them from him. Bulma responds by telling him that he doesn't stand a chance. She starts to make a move toward the Dragon Balls, but we fade out before anything can happen. The episode ends with Goku walking along. The narrator explains that Goku's journey is only going to get longer and harder. We see a wide shot of the village that Goku is approaching. The episode ends with a shot of Goku walking up to a group of children. This episode is important because it signals the end of the more light-hearted introductory portion of the series. The Pilaf saga is brought to a conclusive end, and the next phase of Goku's journey begins. From this point forward, the series is going to focus more heavily on martial arts training as Goku prepares for the upcoming World Martial Arts Tournament. Now, Goku's desire to get stronger started all the way back in Episode 1, but this episode marks the point where he actually begins to put that desire into action. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts about the episode in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this recap. If you did, be sure to check out more content. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Dragon Ball. Today we are going to watch and recap Dragon Ball Episode 13, which is titled Goku's Turnaround. In the last episode, we saw Goku part ways with Bulma, Yamcha, and the others after helping them defeat the Red Ribbon Army's final form, Commander Pibara. Now, with no clear objective, Goku continues his journey alone across the world of Dragon Ball, riding on his trusty flying Nimbus cloud. He sings and dances as he flies, enjoying the feeling of freedom and adventure. Despite the beautiful scenery and his own happiness, a part of him can't help but feel lonely without his friends. Still, he knows that they'll all meet up again someday. For now, though, Goku must press on alone. As he flies past a village, he hears some commotion and sees a group of men bullying and robbing the locals. The men are led by a large and muscular guy named Ran Fan, who wields a large spiked club. Apparently, these guys have been terrorizing the villages around here for days, and this particular village seems to be their latest target. They're stealing food, supplies, and whatever else they can get their hands on. Goku can't stand to see people being bullied, so he lands and steps forward to intervene. Ranbin and the other bandits laugh at Goku, pointing out his small stature and childish appearance. They think he's cute and harmless, and none of them take him seriously. But Goku wastes no time in showing them that they're dead wrong. In a flash, he sends several of the bandits flying through the air with powerful kicks. One of the bandits tries to retaliate with a pitchfork, but Goku snatches it out of his hand and snaps it in half like it's made of twigs. Goku then takes down the rest of the bandits in quick succession, much to their shock and amazement. With all of his friends knocked out, Ranban steps forward to confront Goku. He's furious that someone would dare defy him, and despite his fear, he attacks Goku without hesitation. Ranban swings his heavy spiked club toward Goku, who dodges effortlessly and sends the club flying out of his hands. Goku then grabs a hold of Ranban's shirt and beats him with a flurry of punches. With every punch, Goku gets angrier. He's letting loose all the frustrations he's held in since parting ways with his friends. It doesn't take long for Ranban and the rest of his goons to black out. Goku walks over to the unconscious girl and kneels down beside her. He asks her if she's all right and apologizes for hurting her. She looks at Goku with suspicion and fear. She thinks he must be another monster or perhaps one of the Red Ribbon Army. She doesn't understand why he would help them only to turn around and beat the guy who had hurt her up so badly. However, Goku reassures her that he isn't a bad guy. He just couldn't stand to see those bullies hurting innocent people. After hearing Goku's kind words, the girl calms down a bit. She introduces herself as a martial artist named Launch. She explains that she was trying to stop the bandits from stealing the villagers' food because there's already a food shortage due to recent events. Dangerous monsters have been appearing all over the place, preventing the villagers from farming and taking care of themselves. She says that these monsters are the real reason for the famine. They keep attacking anyone who goes outside the village walls, so no one dares to leave. Hearing this, Goku becomes even more determined to help. He asks Launch if she knows where these monsters live, saying that he wants to go and take care of them. Launch hesitates. She's worried that Goku will end up like the others, harmed or worse, but she eventually gives in when she sees the determination in his eyes. She leads Goku to a nearby forest where they spot some ruined houses. Launch explains that this used to be a nice place to live until the monster showed up. The monster, as Launch describes it, is truly terrifying. It's big and ugly, with sharp claws and teeth, and its mere presence frightens everyone. As Goku listens intently to Launch's story, he notices a faint orange glow coming from inside the forest. He thanks Launch for her help and rushes off to investigate the source of the glow. Launch watches Goku disappear into the trees and can't help but worry about him. She hopes he'll be okay, but fears that the monster may be too strong for him. Suddenly, she remembers something. She turns around and rushes back to the village, shouting for everyone to come see something amazing. Meanwhile, Goku walks deeper into the forest, following the strange orange light. The glow seems to be coming from a small hut hidden between the trees. As he approaches, he can hear someone talking inside. Goku stops and listens closely. He hears a familiar voice, a voice he hasn't heard in a while. It's Master Roshi's voice. He's talking to someone inside the hut, and what he's saying makes Goku's eyes widen in surprise. At that moment, Goku can't help but feel a sense of relief wash over him. It's almost as if he's been guided here for a reason. Without knocking, Goku opens the door and steps inside. What he sees there shocks him. Inside the hut sits Master Roshi, meditating peacefully. Beside him is a young boy with spiky black hair and an orange gi. He's the one whose voice Goku had heard earlier. But what amazes Goku the most is the sheer power he senses coming off Master Roshi. Goku has never felt such strong energy coming off anyone before, not even the most powerful enemies he's faced. There's something about this old man that intrigues and excites him at the same time. As if sensing Goku's admiration, Master Roshi opens his eyes and turns to look at him. In that instant, a knowing smile spreads across his face. Goku is speechless. He can't help but stare at Master Roshi in awe. The young boy beside Master Roshi looks up at Goku with curiosity. He asks Master Roshi, "Who's this guy?" Master Roshi turns back to Goku and speaks, his voice deep and calm. "Goku, I've been waiting for you." Back in the village, Launch runs up to the villagers and yells for them to come see something amazing. She tells them to hurry up, but doesn't have time to explain. The villagers follow Launch, confused but intrigued. They soon reach the edge of the forest and stop. In front of them stands Goku, along with Master Roshi and the young boy. The villagers gasp in surprise. They didn't expect to see anyone come out of the forest alive, let alone with a strange old man and a kid. Launch smiles brightly and announces, "We're saved." And that's the end of episode 13. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. This is a great episode that marks a turning point in the series. Goku has finally found a master and a worthy student. I can't wait to see what the future brings to both of them. If you did enjoy the episode, please hit that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It really helps support me and my dream of bringing Dragon Ball to new audiences. Thanks to my supporters for always supporting me. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do a full recap of Dragon Ball Episode 14. We are going in order through every single episode of Dragon Ball, and today we're covering Episode 14. For those who don't know, this episode is called Goku's Rival. And for those who have not seen this episode, obviously stop watching now if you don't want any spoilers. For everyone else, let's get right to it. The episode starts off exactly where the last one left off, with Goku traveling alone through the wilderness. His mission is to find a powerful monster that has been terrorizing the nearby villages. Goku is excited at the opportunity to test his strength against such a foe. He arrives at the forest where the monster is said to live and immediately spots large footprints leading deep into the woods. Suddenly, a massive hairy creature leaps down from a tree just in front of him, startling Goku, but mostly kind of pissing him off. Goku asks the monster if it's the one who's been causing trouble around the village, and the monster replies that he doesn't know what the hell Goku is talking about. It then promptly attacks. So yeah, turns out that the monster is actually quite fast and strong. He knocks Goku back with a single blow, making it clear that he is not someone to be trifled with. So Goku says, "You know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and start fighting you seriously now." And so he does. The two exchange blows, and it quickly becomes apparent that while the monster is very strong, he's really inexperienced in fighting. As soon as Goku gets a read on the monster's movements, he is able to dodge his attacks with relative ease. Goku continues to press his attack until the monster falls into a deep gorge. As the dust settles, Goku walks over to the monster and offers him a hand up, but the monster refuses to accept it, claiming that he can get out on his own. However, he struggles to climb out, and Goku helps him anyway. Once they reach the top, Goku offers to be friends with the monster and invites him to travel with him to find more powerful fighters to test his strength against. But the monster instead runs away, saying that Goku can just go to hell, so Goku decides to follow after him. After some time, Goku catches up to the monster and finds him sitting on a nearby hill. Goku again offers to be friends, but the monster snaps and attacks Goku without warning. Clearly, this guy is a bit unhinged. The two fight again, but this time things are much more intense. Goku is able to hold his own against the monster, but he quickly becomes frustrated with his lack of intelligence and discipline in battle. The monster keeps making the same mistakes over and over again, and Goku grows tired of it. So Goku says, "You know what? I think I've had enough of this." And he pins the monster down, telling him that he needs to learn how to properly fight. To his surprise, the monster actually listens, and he starts to open up, revealing that his name is Krillin. Krillin explains that he was wearing the giant gorilla suit to scare people away so he could train in solitude. Like Goku, Krillin is a martial arts student who dreams of becoming a great fighter. He reveals that he's a student from the nearby Orin Temple, but he left because he felt his training there wasn't enough to make him a true martial artist. He's been living in the forest, training on his own, and building his own strength. Krillin admits that he was in the wrong when he attacked Goku and apologizes for his behavior. He admits that he thought that no one would ever be able to beat him in his gorilla suit, and he wanted to prove his strength. However, Goku shows compassion towards him, saying that everyone makes mistakes and that he should not be ashamed of himself. And so these two goofballs basically just end up being friends at this point. After a brief, friendly sparring match where Goku easily defeats Krillin, they realize they have a lot in common, including their dream of finding a true master to train them. Krillin is surprised by Goku's naive fighting style and raw power. He believes that with proper training, Goku could become an incredibly powerful fighter. They decide to travel together, turning what was a rivalry into a partnership. Goku and Krillin continue their journey together and they encounter Yamcha and Bulma along the way. If you enjoyed this recap, please show your support. It helps me out tremendously and it helps the channel grow. We then shift back to Yamcha and Bulma, who are still together, and their relationship is slowly developing. They are shown to be casually dating, with Yamcha's shyness still a major hurdle. They are also still thinking about the Dragon Balls as their first quest ended in a frustrating anticlimax. The scene then shifts back to Goku and Krillin, who are still traveling together. Krillin tells Goku about a legendary martial arts master named Master Roshi who lives on a remote island. Krillin's true goal is to convince Roshi to take him on as a student. Goku remembers Master Roshi's incredible Kamehameha from before and agrees that he is the perfect person to train them. Upon arriving at Master Roshi's island, Goku and Krillin find him relaxing as usual. They plead with him to take them on as students, but Roshi is hesitant and wants nothing to do with training new students. He gives them a difficult, seemingly impossible task: to bring him a beautiful, young woman to live on the island with him. If they bring him a woman, he'll consider taking them on as students. Goku and Krillin look at each other in disbelief, but they know that if they want Master Roshi to train them, they must complete this task. So they accept the challenge and set off on a new quest to find the woman for Master Roshi. The episode ends with Goku and Krillin walking away from Master Roshi's island, leaving us on a cliffhanger wondering how they will possibly complete this ridiculous task. This episode is extremely important as it introduces Krillin, a character who goes on to become Goku's best friend and a main pillar of the Dragon Ball franchise. It also officially begins the journey of Goku's structured martial arts training, which will shape him into the fighter he is destined to become. The introduction of Krillin brings a new dynamic to the series, and the beginning of Goku's martial arts training sets the stage for the epic battles and adventures that lie ahead. With the departure of Master Roshi, Goku and Krillin embark on a new mission, promising an exciting continuation of their journey towards becoming powerful martial artists. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like. It really does help the channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Catch you guys next time. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dragon Ball, and today we're going to talk about episode 15, which is titled A Girl Named Lunch. This episode continues the new story arc that was started last episode with Goku and Krillin looking to find a girl for Master Roshi. But it looks like they'll find more than they bargained for. So let's get right into the action. The episode opens with Goku and Krillin walking down the street together as they continue their search for a girl to bring back to Master Roshi. They've been walking for a while and so far haven't had any luck. Goku asks Krillin if he knows anyone, but Krillin responds that he only has female friends back home, but they're all too young to date. Goku replies that he understands women even less than he understands food. They pass by a couple of girls who are laughing and talking, and Goku decides to go up to them and ask if they'd like to come with them. He says they'll protect them and keep them safe. The girls respond by slapping him upside the head. Goku is clearly clueless as he's just trying to help. They continue walking, and Goku spots another group of girls walking ahead of them. Krillin tries to warn Goku not to do anything stupid, but Goku charges ahead and collides into one of the girls, knocking her off her feet. She drops her shopping bags and looks at Goku in disbelief. Goku profusely apologizes and helps her pick up the scattered items. While doing so, Goku accidentally grabs her rear end and she slaps him again. Embarrassed, Goku lets go and Krillin pulls him away before he can make things worse. The two boys walk away dejected as they realize how hard it is to find a girl willing to accompany a goofy, naive boy like Goku or a perverted old man like Master Roshi. Suddenly, Goku notices a bank in the distance and suggests that they check there to see if anyone needs help. Krillin reluctantly agrees, but warns Goku to stay out of trouble. As they enter the bank, they notice three men with guns robbing the place. One of the thugs points a gun directly at the cashier and demands money. The other two circle the room, making sure everyone stays put. The people inside the bank panic and Krillin hides behind a pillar, frozen in fear. Goku, however, isn't afraid at all. Instead, he walks confidently towards the door, much to the annoyance of one of the thugs who tells him to freeze. Goku simply ignores him and casually walks out of the bank. The thug gets pissed and runs after Goku to teach him a lesson. But before he can even reach the door, Goku sends him flying back inside with a well-placed kick. The other two thugs run over to help their fallen comrade, but they too are quickly defeated by Goku's amazing fighting skills. All three are sent flying back into the bank, where they crash into the glass windows and knock themselves out. While this is happening, Krillin peeks out from behind his pillar and sees the whole thing happen. He is shocked by Goku's power and wonders how someone could be so strong yet so calm. Goku turns to the crowd of people who are still hiding and asks if they need any help. People start coming out of their hiding spots and shake their heads, still shaken by what had just transpired. Suddenly, Goku and Krillin notice a beautiful blue-haired woman standing near the bank. She looks peaceful and serene as she observes the aftermath of the robbery. Goku goes over to her and compliments her hair, calling it pretty. Krillin blushes when he sees her and stammers while talking. Goku asks her if she wants to go to a nice restaurant for some food, but she doesn't seem to hear him. As she comes closer into view, the camera zooms in on her face, and we see that she has fainted. Goku calls out to her, but she doesn't respond. Just then, she sneezes violently, startling both Goku and Krillin. When she does, her hair turns from blue to blonde, her eyes turn black, and a dark aura surrounds her. The peaceful and gentle look on her face turns into an evil and menacing frown. She then pulls out a huge machine gun and starts shooting wildly, killing several of the people who were just outside the bank. Goku and Krillin hide behind a car for cover as bullets whiz over their heads. The girl with the gun jumps onto a motorcycle and speeds off down the street. Goku and Krillin, shaken by the sudden burst of violence, look at each other in disbelief. Goku quickly recovers and says they have to go after her, but Krillin is hesitant. He wants to, but he's scared of what else she might do. Goku, determined to help, tells Krillin that he'll go after her alone and that Krillin should stay there with the others. Krillin protests, but Goku is already gone, having jumped onto his Nimbus cloud and taken off after the speeding motorcycle. We see the girl weaving through traffic, shooting at anyone who gets too close. She is a skilled rider, and so far, Goku hasn't been able to catch up to her. He flies above her, looking for a way to stop her without hurting her. Suddenly, he gets an idea and dives down towards the ground. He flies low to the ground, causing a powerful wind to form behind him. This wind catches up to the girl and blows her off the motorcycle. She crashes into a nearby ditch and tumbles to a stop. Goku lands beside her and asks if she's okay. The girl sits up and looks at Goku with hatred. She pulls out her gun and fires at him, but Goku is too fast and dodges out of the way. She continues shooting, but every bullet seems to just go right through Goku's body. He can't believe that she would hurt him after he just saved her life. Confused, Goku asks her why she's shooting at him. She responds by calling him a pervert and says that he deserves to die. Goku is taken aback by her sudden outburst and doesn't know what to do. Before Goku can respond, the girl sneezes again, causing her hair to turn blue and her eyes to lose their dark glow. She looks confused and scared as she sees the gun in her hands. She drops it and asks what's going on. Goku, seeing her dazed state, figures that she probably doesn't remember what just happened. He helps her up and introduces himself. She introduces herself as Lunch and says that she's not sure how she got there. Goku tells her that she was robbing the bank and shooting at people. Lunch looks horrified and apologizes. Goku says it's okay and that she doesn't need to worry about it. He offers her a ride back to the city on his Nimbus cloud, and she accepts. As they fly, Goku explains to Lunch that he and his friend Krillin are looking for a girl to bring back to their teacher. He says that she seems nice and gentle, and that she would be perfect for the job. Lunch blushes and says that she's not sure if she can do that. Goku reassures her that she can and says that he'll help her. When they arrive back in the city, Goku tells Lunch to wait for him while he goes to find Krillin. He gives Krillin the news that he's found the perfect girl and tells him to get ready to go back to the island. Krillin is skeptical, but he trusts Goku's judgment, so he follows him to where Lunch is waiting. When Krillin sees Lunch, he is shocked by her beauty. He can't believe that someone so beautiful would agree to go with them. Lunch blushes and says that she's not sure what she's doing. Goku reassures her that everything will be fine and that she'll be safe with them. The three of them leave the city and head back to Master Roshi's island. As they fly, Goku tells Lunch all about his adventures with Krillin and Master Roshi. Lunch listens intently, and it's clear that she is enjoying herself. When they arrive at the island, Master Roshi is waiting for them on the beach. He is overjoyed to see Goku and Krillin, but he is even more surprised when he sees Lunch. He asks them who she is, and they tell him that she's the girl they've been looking for. Master Roshi is thrilled and thanks them for bringing her. The episode ends with the four of them walking into the jungle, presumably to start Lunch's training. As they walk, we see that Lunch is still a bit nervous, but overall she seems happy to be there. Goku smiles, knowing that their adventures are just beginning. And that's going to do it for this episode. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button and check out my other videos. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a full recap of Dragon Ball Episode 16. So if you guys are ready to get started, let's get into it. The episode begins with a flashback of Goku and Krillin running to Master Roshi's house. But then cuts to the present where Goku, Krillin, and the sweet blue-haired Lunch arrive at Master Roshi's Turtle Hermit Island. As soon as Roshi sees Lunch, he gets completely enamored by her beauty and instantly forgets all about training the two boys. He asks Lunch to come live with him on his island and basically be his girlfriend. Lunch is taken aback by this, but seeing how nice Roshi is, she reluctantly agrees. Goku and Krillin are both happy for Roshi since he looks really happy having Lunch around. Krillin mentions to Goku that Roshi looks like he's going to forget all about training them, but Goku reassures his friend that this won't happen. With Lunch settled in, Goku and Krillin ask Roshi again about starting their training. Seeing that Lunch is there, Roshi suddenly remembers about the two boys that came with her and tells them that he wants to start training them right away. Roshi tells the two boys that before anything else, they need to show him their obedience. He tells them to go out right now and bring him a stone that shines under the moonlight. To make things harder, he tells them that they must bring it back to him by sunrise. This is Roshi's first test of their speed and stamina. If they can do this, he'll officially take them on as his students. If not, they can just head home without learning any martial arts. Goku and Krillin nod their heads and rush off the island to go look for the shiny rock. While they're gone, Roshi is seen lounging in a chair drinking some beer. He starts to whistle, which Lunch finds very creepy. Meanwhile, Goku and Krillin are searching for the rock. Krillin is already exhausted and has been walking slower than Goku since they left the island. After a while, Goku spots a rock that might match what Roshi was describing and runs over to it. He picks up the rock and rubs it on his shirt, making it shine. Goku grabs the rock and runs back to Roshi's island, arriving just in time for sunrise. Roshi was surprised to see that Krillin wasn't with Goku, but decided to hold off on punishing the late bloomer for now. Roshi was impressed that Goku was able to find the rock and bring it back in time, so decided to take them both in as his students. The two boys were ecstatic when they heard this and quickly bowed to their new master. From here on out, Goku and Krillin would do whatever Roshi asked of them, and the first thing he wanted them to do was to go to the nearby village and deliver some milk. Goku and Krillin were confused at first, thinking that this was a joke, but Roshi explained that this was serious and that he needed the milk. After the boys leave, Roshi says to himself that this is going to be fun, implying that he's excited to train them. When Goku and Krillin arrive at the farm, they are given a bunch of heavy crates of milk. These crates are too heavy for them to carry, so they have to make multiple trips back to Roshi's house. On their way, they have to run through dangerous parts of town, avoid wild animals, and even cross a deep canyon. All of this is to build up their speed and endurance. Once they finally reach the other side of the canyon, they continue on until they reach a dark and scary forest. Here, they have to deal with giant, creepy trees and watch out for holes on the ground. They finally reach Roshi's house, only to find that it was destroyed during the night. The boys panic, thinking that they'll be in trouble, but then notice that Lunch rebuilt it overnight. She was surprised to see that they took so long and told them to hurry up and get some sleep. Goku and Krillin both fell asleep right away, dreaming about fighting in strong battles. When Goku woke up, he went to go look for Krillin, only to find him sneaking onto a jet ski to go deliver the milk. Goku confronted his friend and asked why he was cheating, but Krillin said that he had no choice because he was too tired. Krillin tried to run away, but Goku stopped him and told him that he could do it. After hearing this, Krillin's sneaky side disappeared and he got back to work helping Goku deliver the rest of the milk. They made it back to the farm where they had to load up more crates of milk and repeat the process. Eventually, they reached the river where they had to cross in order to get back to the village. Here, they met up with an old turtle who warned them that the river was too dangerous to swim across. Luckily, Roshi appeared and frightened the turtle away, then helped the boys cross the river. Once they reached the other side, Roshi told them that they did well today and that they should go take a break and get some food. That evening after dinner, Goku was sitting outside, thinking about the next day and all the work they had to do. Suddenly, Krillin came out and joined him. He was feeling upset and frustrated that he couldn't do much because of his small stature. Goku cheered up his friend by telling him that he'll become strong someday and that they'll fight strong opponents together. The next morning, Goku and Krillin woke up early and headed over to Roshi's house. Once again, Roshi gave them more chores to do, this time making them plow some fields with their bare hands. They worked all day, and by sunset, both of them were exhausted and sore. Luckily, Lunch prepared a big meal for them, and they all ate together. Roshi told them that they'd have to get up early tomorrow, so they should get to bed. The next morning, Goku and Krillin woke up earlier than they had the day before and began their day. Roshi continued to give them hard tasks, such as moving huge rocks and boulders. To make things harder, he told them that they weren't allowed to use any tools, meaning they had to move these massive rocks with their bare hands. By lunchtime, both boys were exhausted, but Lunch showed up with some delicious food, which gave them enough energy to keep working. In the afternoon, Roshi announced that he would be teaching them how to fly using the Nimbus Cloud. However, in order to do this, they had to go through a very dangerous part of the ocean filled with sharks. Before they went, Roshi gave them life buoys to use in case they fell off the cloud. Then they all flew off towards the shark-infested waters. While flying, Krillin freaked out about being surrounded by sharks, but Goku was excited because he hadn't seen anything like this before. When they arrived, Roshi instructed the boys to jump off the cloud while keeping their eyes closed. Then they would try to open their eyes underwater and try to stay balanced. This was actually much harder than it looked, but after a while, Goku and Krillin got the hang of it. However, Krillin still panicked when he saw the sharks surrounding him. This caused him to lose his balance and fall into the water. Luckily, Goku saved him and pulled him back onto the Nimbus Cloud. After this, they all flew back to the island where Roshi decided to teach them how to use the Kamehameha wave. After a hard day of training, the three sat down and watched the sunset. Goku was feeling excited and happy to be learning this awesome technique. Roshi, however, was very busy checking out Lunch's figure, which made Lunch feel very uncomfortable. As the sun fully set, Goku and Krillin went to go check on Lunch, only to find that she was gone. They looked around for her and noticed footprints leading away from the house. They followed the footprints and found Lunch sitting on a log. She was feeling upset because her evil side had appeared earlier and she had accidentally shot at Roshi. She apologized to Roshi, but he told her not to worry about it. He then revealed his perverted side by saying that he liked the fact that she had a dangerous side. Goku and Krillin didn't understand what Roshi meant and were confused about the situation. Roshi explained to them that their training wasn't just about physical strength. It was about building mental and spiritual discipline. He explained that true power came from the mind and body working in harmony. He then told them that the purpose of their training was to push their limits and overcome their weaknesses. Goku and Krillin thought about what their master said and nodded their heads. They understood that they still had a long way to go and that they needed to keep pushing themselves if they wanted to become strong. From then on, Goku and Krillin trained even harder. They never forgot what their master taught them about the importance of mental and spiritual discipline. The episode ends with them looking forward to the rest of their training, marking the official beginning of their martial arts journey. So that's a wrap for episode 16 of Dragon Ball. If you guys enjoyed this video and would like us to keep doing these recaps, then let us know in the comments below. We'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dragon Ball. I'm your host, and today we're going to be looking at episode 17, which is titled The Kamehameha Wave. As always, if you enjoy these videos, leave a like and subscribe for more content. We're now about 3 months into the training of Goku and Krillin under Master Roshi. In the last episode, Goku achieved the power to fly after having the tail of a monkey. Now the two boys are still working hard every day on the many chores around the island. Although they are now used to the hard work, the tasks are no less grueling. They are still delivering milk, farming, and doing construction. But they are getting faster and stronger with each passing day. The training is a great source of both physical comedy and genuine growth for the two boys. And although they are still not allowed to start any real martial arts training until they finish all of their chores, Goku and Krillin are still making progress. Even in their free time, they spar lightly against each other, testing out different techniques. Despite being a child, Goku is actually able to hold his own against Krillin and even land some hits. Meanwhile, Krillin, wanting to impress Roshi and get an edge over Goku, tries to train on his own at night. He does push-ups and sit-ups in secret, but his exhaustion from the day's training gets the better of him, and he falls asleep. On the other side of the island, Master Roshi is watching them. He sees Krillin's dedication and Goku's natural talent. He is pleased with their progress and sees the potential in both of them. He also notes how Goku has a purer heart, while Krillin is more motivated by competition and a desire to be acknowledged. The next morning, after a large breakfast, Goku and Krillin take a break from training. While they are relaxing, Goku takes the opportunity to try again to copy Master Roshi's Kamehameha. Once again, however, it doesn't go well, and he just ends up shooting a weak energy wave forward. Krillin laughs at him, which frustrates Goku and motivates him to succeed. After a few moments of concentration, Goku tries again. This time, a much more powerful and controlled Kamehameha wave shoots out of his hands. It is a lot stronger than his previous attack, and it shatters a nearby rock. Krillin is impressed but also frustrated. He knows that he will never have Goku's natural ability, so he has to work twice as hard. With a determined look on his face, he tries to perform the Kamehameha himself, but nothing happens. Discouraged, but with a stronger resolve, Krillin picks himself up and begins to train even harder than before. He knows that he has to become stronger, not just to win against Goku, but to become a true martial artist. Then Lunch appears, chasing after Master Roshi. In her bad form, she keeps trying to shoot him with her machine gun, but he easily dodges every shot. She gets closer and says that she's going to kill him, but she slips on a banana peel and falls into a hole. The old turtle hermit simply shakes his head and walks away while chuckling to himself. Goku and Krillin just watch and laugh, showing that they have settled into a routine on the island. That evening, after finishing their chores, Goku and Krillin sit together on a nearby tree branch, watching the sunset over the ocean. They talk about what it would be like to be able to fight stronger opponents. Goku says that he wants to participate in a fighting tournament. Krillin asks if he really thinks they are ready for that. Just then, Master Roshi appears behind them and tells them that their training is almost finished. He says that it is time for them to face their final test. The next morning, Goku and Krillin wake up early and head over to where Master Roshi is waiting for them. They are both excited and nervous for the final test. Without saying anything, Roshi points towards a giant rocky mountain in the distance and tells them that the winner will be considered a true student of the Turtle School. Then he tells them to go. Goku and Krillin start running, jumping and flying across the rocky terrain. They use everything they have learned during their training to get to the top as quickly as possible. They dodge falling rocks, jump over deep holes, and climb steep cliffs. As they run, they remember all the hard work they have put in to get to this point. They think about all the times they have failed and gotten back up again. They remember the lessons they have learned from Master Roshi and the bond they have formed with each other. Finally, Goku reaches the top of the mountain first and raises his arms in victory. He looks back to see Krillin close behind him. Both boys are exhausted but happy to have completed the final test. Master Roshi joins them at the top and tells them that they have both done well. He says that they are ready to face the world. Roshi tells them that it is time for them to go to the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. He says that they will represent the Turtle School and that he believes they can win. Goku and Krillin are excited to finally put their skills to the test. They know that they have worked hard and that they are ready to face any challenge. As they stand together on the mountain, looking out over the world, Goku and Krillin know that their journey is just beginning. They are excited to see what the future holds for them, and they are grateful for the training they have received from Master Roshi. The two boys hug their old master goodbye and head off towards the nearest city. Along the way, they meet a young man named Yamcha who is traveling to the tournament as well. Goku and Krillin join Yamcha, and together the three make their way towards the exciting event. This episode is important because it shows the results of Goku and Krillin's training. For 3 months, they have worked hard and made significant progress. They are stronger, faster, and more skilled than when they first arrived on the island. The episode also shows Goku's first successful Kamehameha, which becomes his signature move. It was also a good setup for the final test of their training, the race to the top of the mountain. This test showed the progress of the characters and their determination to succeed. Finally, the episode hints at the next major plot point, the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. The characters are preparing to compete, and the audience is left eager to see them in action. The episode was filled with action, humor, and heart. It was a great way to showcase the growth of the characters and the impact of their training. The animation was top-notch, and the voice acting was superb. Overall, it was a fantastic episode that left the audience wanting more. So what did you guys think of episode 17? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any more of our videos. That's all for this one, but I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, stay safe, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Dragon Ball episode recap. Today we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Original Series episode 18, which is titled The World Tournament. This episode is pretty important because it concludes the first major training arc in the series and officially sets the stage for the next big event in the series, the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. So let's dive right into it. The episode begins with Goku and Krillin doing some target practice with their newly developed energy blasts. Their teacher, Master Roshi, is impressed by their progress but feels that they're not quite ready yet. He decides that they need one final test before he can accept them as his official students. Roshi tells them that their last test will take place the following day and that they should prepare accordingly. The next day arrives and Goku and Krillin gather at the edge of a cliff overlooking a giant jagged mountain peak in the distance. This will be the location of their final test. Roshi explains that the test will be a race to the top of that mountain. The winner will be the one who reaches the summit first. As soon as he finishes speaking, the boys take off like a shot. They use their newly developed abilities to leap over chasms and scale sheer rock faces with ease. But there's more to this race than meets the eye. Goku and Krillin both know that they have to win in order to become Master Roshi's official student. Krillin, still salty over losing the last training exercise, pushes himself to the limit, determined to come out on top this time. Meanwhile, Goku is enjoying the race, taking in the scenery and having fun. The two boys race across the mountain, their speed and agility putting them far ahead of anyone else who might have attempted this feat. About halfway up the mountain, Krillin realizes that Goku is getting farther and farther away from him. In a panic, he quickly pulls out a jetpack he had secretly built earlier and puts it on. With the jetpack engaged, he quickly catches up to Goku. But this does not sit well with Goku, who feels that this goes against the spirit of the race. Despite this, Krillin continues to use the jetpack, quickly pulling ahead of Goku. Just as it seems like Krillin has secured his victory, however, the jetpack suddenly runs out of fuel, sending Krillin plummeting downward. Quickly, Goku grabs onto Krillin's shirt and pulls him back up to safety. Krillin apologizes for cheating and admits that he just wanted to win so badly that he did something unfair. Goku tells him that it's okay, that he would never cheat like that either, and that if they are going to be rivals, they should do it fairly. This reminds Krillin of why he became friends with Goku in the first place, and he swears to never cheat again. Goku and Krillin continue the race, but the damage is done. Goku, with his carefree attitude and natural talent, reaches the top of the mountain first, winning the race. Roshi watches from afar, pleased with how far his students have come. He explains that it wasn't really about who won, but about the dedication and effort they both put in. Still, Goku is very happy to have won, and Krillin, despite his loss, has learned an important lesson about sportsmanship. Roshi announces that both of them have passed his test and are now his official students. He hands them their new martial arts uniforms, which are orange gyai with the turtle kanji on the back, signifying them as students of the Turtle School. Goku and Krillin put on their new GIs and do a little victory dance, celebrating their newfound status as official martial artists. Suddenly, Lunch appears out of nowhere and congratulates her two favorite boys on becoming Roshi's disciples. She is very sweet-natured and caring, but also very strange and unpredictable. Goku and Krillin both feel a strong connection with her, but they also realize that her unpredictable personality could make things difficult for them in the future. Lunch says her goodbyes, promising to see them again someday. As she disappears, Roshi makes a big announcement. He is entering both Goku and Krillin into the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament, which is set to begin in 6 months. He tells them that this is the ultimate test of their skills and that it will show the world what the Turtle School is capable of. Goku and Krillin are excited at the prospect of showing off their skills, but they also know that they have a lot of training to do before the tournament begins. Over the next several weeks, Goku and Krillin train hard for the upcoming tournament. They continue to do their rigorous exercises and hone their fighting styles. One day during a sparring session, Krillin gets a little more serious than usual and actually manages to land a few solid hits on Goku. Goku, however, just laughs it off and says that Krillin is getting stronger. Despite their hard training, there is still no sign of Lunch. Goku and Krillin start to wonder if they'll ever see her again. Meanwhile, Master Roshi is training hard as well. He has decided to enter the tournament himself, but under a disguise. He creates a new persona named Jackie Chun, a goofy old man with a fake mustache. He wants to enter the tournament to make sure that his students don't get overconfident and that they continue to learn and grow. Roshi feels that Goku and Krillin are still a bit too inexperienced to compete in such a prestigious tournament. He wants to make sure that they are truly ready before he lets them compete. 6 months pass, and it's finally time for the World Martial Arts Tournament to begin. Goku and Krillin are both excited and nervous, ready to prove themselves. They are now full-fledged martial artists, ready to take on the strongest fighters in the world. Meanwhile, Master Roshi, disguised as Jackie Chan, is scheming in the background, making sure that everything goes according to his plan. The episode ends with Goku and Krillin on a boat, heading to the city where the World Martial Arts Tournament is being held. They are both excited and nervous, ready to prove themselves. They are now full-fledged martial artists, ready to take on the strongest fighters in the world. And there you have it, a full recap of Dragon Ball Episode 18, the World Tournament. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more Dragon Ball content. And as always, thanks for watching. Hey guys, I'm here. Today we are going to do a full recap of Dragon Ball Episode 19. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we discuss the events of the classic episode titled The Tournament Begins. But before we get into all of that, let me introduce myself. I am the host. Every day I publish brand new content covering all things anime and manga. So if you want to stay up to date on everything Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball, Superhero, or Dragon Ball related, then be sure to follow to never miss an update. I promise you won't regret it. Also, don't forget to show your support if you enjoyed this video. Let's get right into it. As always, this will contain spoilers for the events of Dragon Ball Episode 19. If you have not yet seen the episode and would rather be spoiler-free, then click out of this video now. Otherwise, stick around as we go over some of the most interesting moments of this classic Dragon Ball episode. Now, for those of you who are just joining us and haven't watched previous episodes, here is a small refresher. In the last episode, Goku and Krillin leave Roshi's Island and take a big cruise ship to the biggest city in the world, also known as Tournament City. The reason they are going there is to compete in the upcoming 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. So we pick up in the middle of the action with Goku and Krillin approaching Tournament City. They are amazed at how huge and crowded it is. Krillin says it looks even bigger than West City. Goku responds by saying, maybe Master Roshi could buy them some food. They then land on the beach and walk along the shore until they see a tall office building. Goku says that must be the registration center and rushes off to check it out. They enter the building and approach a man sitting behind a desk. He asks if they are here to participate in the World Martial Arts Tournament. When Goku replies yes, the man points them in the direction of a long line of people. He tells them to go down the hallway and through the door at the end. Meanwhile, on a separate boat, Master Roshi is also making his way to the city. However, he is disguising himself as an old man named Jackie Chun. He is wearing a brown jumpsuit, a wig, a fake mustache, oversized glasses and sandals. He is doing his best to look weak and act like an old man. He finds a lifeguard and pays her to watch his boat while he goes to register for the tournament. When she asks why he is participating, Jackie Chun just laughs it off and says he likes to compete. As he walks away, he is suddenly grabbed by 3 men trying to steal his wallet and belongings. Without even turning around, Jackie Chun easily dodges their attacks and sweeps them all off their feet. Back at the registration office, Goku and Krillin are waiting in line when 2 men ask them what they are doing there. One of the men pushes past them, but Goku steps in front of him and asks what his name is. The man responds by saying it's none of their business and continues walking. At this point, Goku realizes that this man is the same guy who tried to pick a fight with him and Krillin earlier. After finishing his business at the bathroom, the man exits the building and bumps into Yamcha. Yamcha was a young desert bandit from the desert area of the world. Yamcha is now a little older and more confident. He is with his shape-shifting cat named Puar. He greets Goku and Krillin warmly and congratulates them for getting stronger. Puar jumps onto Goku's shoulder and gives him a kiss on the cheek, much to Goku's confusion. Krillin gets annoyed and tells Goku to shake it off. Just then, the man from earlier runs back into the building and runs into Yamcha. He taunts Yamcha by calling him a country bumpkin, but Yamcha quickly retaliates by slapping him across the face. The man's companion is shocked by this, but Yamcha tells him not to worry about it. Later on, the group leaves the registration building and makes their way to the beach. There they meet up with Bulma, who is with Oolong. Bulma is still obsessed with handsome men and immediately becomes infatuated with a nearby volleyball player. Oolong sees Goku and excitedly runs over to greet them. He is amazed by how much Goku has grown and asks him if he remembers him. Goku thinks about it for a moment before realizing who Oolong is. Bulma gets angry at Oolong for causing a scene and tells him to shut up. Yamcha tries to break the tension by saying it's good to see everyone again, but Bulma cuts him off and says she doesn't know any of these country bumpkins. She then turns to Goku and asks if he still wants to find the Dragon Balls. Goku responds by saying he'll think about it later and focuses his attention on the tournament. Bulma then asks Yamcha if he's really going to participate in the tournament. Yamcha confidently replies that he wouldn't have come if he wasn't serious. He then flexes his muscles and says he can't wait to crush everyone. Bulma rolls her eyes at Yamcha's boastfulness and walks away. After everyone else has gone, Bulma tells Oolong to change into his giant ape form and sneak onto Yamcha's boat. She says she wants to scare Yamcha so he can finally take the tournament seriously. Oolong transforms into a giant monkey and sneaks onto Yamcha's boat while he is sleeping. Suddenly, a loud crash wakes Yamcha up, and he runs to the back of the boat. To his surprise, he sees a huge monkey and screams in fear. Bulma watches from a distance and laughs at Yamcha's reaction. Yamcha quickly calms down and tells Bulma to stop playing around. He says he didn't participate in the last tournament because he was afraid of losing to Goku, but this time he is fully committed to winning. Bulma simply responds by saying whatever and goes back to searching for handsome men. At this point, the whole original gang is reunited. We have Goku, Krillin, Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Master Roshi, disguised as Jackie Chun. All of these characters are ready to participate in the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. As the sun begins to set, the main characters say goodbye to each other and head to their respective boats. Before they depart, Goku notices Jackie Chun and asks him if he's really going to participate in the tournament. Jackie Chun simply replies that he wants to see what these kids can do. As the episode comes to a close, we shift our focus to the large Coliseum that will host the tournament. Inside the Coliseum, a large crowd has already gathered and the energy is electric. An excited announcer takes the stage and introduces the upcoming event as the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. And with that, this episode comes to a close. The stage is now set for the tournament to begin. We can't wait to see the battles that will unfold in the next episode. So what did you think of today's episode? What were your favorite moments? And which character did you think had the best development? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Your feedback is very important to us and helps us make better videos for you. Also, don't forget to show your support if you enjoyed this video. We would really appreciate it. And with that said, we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you next time. It's time to start the main phase of the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. This will be a full recap of Dragon Ball Episode 20, titled The First Fight. Let's get started. The episode opens with the 8 finalists gathered in the ring, ready for the main event. The tournament announcer, with his usual enthusiasm, draws the names from a box to determine the first 2 combatants. The crowd roars in anticipation. The first match is Yamcha versus Jackie Chun. Yamcha is confident. He has trained hard and made it through the preliminaries. He wants to prove himself to everyone, especially to Bulma, who is cheering him on from the stands. Puar is also there to support him. Yamcha shows off some of his fighting poses, trying to intimidate his opponent, but Jackie Chun is anything but intimidated. He's a goofy old man with a fake mustache who acts like a fool, much to the amusement of the crowd and the confusion of Yamcha. He does a series of ridiculous warm-up moves, including some bizarre dance steps and funny poses. Yamcha and the crowd are completely baffled, and Yamcha starts to wonder if he's even a real martial artist. Before the fight began, Yamcha was worried about being paired against someone too strong or too skilled. But now he realizes that his real challenge is to keep a straight face and not burst out laughing at his opponent's antics. Finally, the announcer bellows, "Let the match begin!" And Yamcha immediately takes the offensive. He shoots forward like a cannonball, unleashing his signature move, the Wolf Fang Fist, a rapid series of attacks that mimics the ferocity of a wolf. Each blow lands with a thud, shaking the very foundation of the ring. Yamcha is incredibly fast and powerful, and his confidence soars as he dominates the first exchange. He follows up with a barrage of kicks, each one aimed at vital pressure points. He dances around Jackie Chan, taunting him and trying to catch him off guard. But the old man is surprisingly agile. With a few acrobatic flips and unexpected twists, he manages to dodge every single attack. And then something incredible happens. Jackie Chun lets out a hearty laugh, a sound that echoes with surprising strength. And as he laughs, he effortlessly sidesteps another one of Yamcha's moves. The crowd is stunned into silence, unsure of what to make of this mysterious old fighter. As Yamcha stands there panting slightly from his exertion, Jackie Chun closes the gap between them. In a flash, he delivers a swift kick directly to Yamcha's midsection. The impact sends Yamcha crashing backward. He stumbles, trying to regain his balance, but before he can recover, Jackie Chun is upon him again. With a speed that belies his age, Jackie Chun unleashes a flurry of punches, each one carrying the force of a speeding truck. Yamcha raises his arms to defend himself, but the sheer power of the blows sends him crashing through the ropes and tumbling down onto the hard ground outside the ring. The audience erupts in surprise as they watch Yamcha struggle to get back up. On the commentary booth, Goku looks puzzled, while Krillin's eyes widen in shock. Even Master Roshi, normally stoic and calm, leans forward in his seat, intrigued by the turn of events. As Yamcha slowly rises to his feet, the crowd begins to murmur with excitement. Despite being battered and bruised, Yamcha is far from defeated. With a growl of determination, he shakes off the pain and prepares for a counterattack. He lunges forward, throwing a series of quick jabs. Jackie Chun, however, seems unfazed. He effortlessly blocks each punch as if they were slow motion. The crowd gasps as Jackie Chun suddenly grabs Yamcha's arm and spins him around. With a flick of his wrist, he sends Yamcha flying back towards the ring. Yamcha, caught off guard, has no time to react. He sails through the air and crashes back into the ring with a resounding thud. The crowd falls silent for a moment, stunned by the sudden reversal of fortune. But Yamcha is not one to stay down for long. With a grunt, he pushes himself back onto his feet, his eyes flashing with determination. He wipes the blood from his nose, a fierce look on his face. As the fight resumes, Yamcha becomes increasingly desperate. He throws everything he's got at Jackie Chun, but each attack is met with an infuriating ease. Jackie Chun dodges, blocks, or counters every single one of Yamcha's moves. It's as if he's toying with his younger opponent. The old man's laughter echoes through the arena, much to the annoyance of Yamcha and the bewilderment of the crowd. Just when it seems like Yamcha might actually land a hit, Jackie Chun surprises him with a sudden flurry of punches and kicks. The assault comes from unexpected angles, exploiting openings that Yamcha never saw coming. With a final decisive kick, Jackie Chun knocks the ball of energy away from Yamcha's grasp. As the ball of energy fades away, Jackie Chun lets out a triumphant laugh that echoes through the arena. The crowd, sensing the end of the match, begins to stir with anticipation. Yamcha, exhausted and frustrated, collapses to his knees, his shoulders slumped in defeat. His body aches, not just from the physical blows, but also from the emotional toll of the match. He looks up at Jackie Chun with a mix of admiration and chagrin. Jackie Chun, despite his advanced age, has shown nothing but power, agility, and a sense of humor that the young fighter can't help but begrudgingly respect. He slowly gets up from his fighting stance, a hint of weariness in his eyes. But there's a twinkle in them that speaks of satisfaction. He walks over to the edge of the ring and leans casually against the ropes. His gaze sweeps across the audience, taking in the stunned reactions of the crowd. The silence is deafening, broken only by Yamcha's ragged breathing. Then, as if realizing the gravity of the situation, the crowd erupts into a cacophony of cheers and whistles. The atmosphere, thick with tension just moments ago, now buzzes with excitement. The match may be over, but the tournament is far from it. And as the announcer's voice booms through the arena, setting up the next match between Krillin and a powerful fighter named Bacterian, the energy in the stands reaches a fever pitch. The true strength of the tournament's participants is just starting to show. Now let's see what Goku can do in the next episode. That's going to be it for this Dragon Ball Episode 20 recap. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out. And as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay awesome.